Microsoft held an Inside Xbox yesterday that kind of blew the lid off of Gears 5 a little bit more. Now we know exactly what the new Horde Mode has, and we got our first peek since E3 2018 at a brand new story trailer. And I gotta say, Gears 5 looks absolutely insane, and I cannot wait to play it on September 6th. So I figured I'd make a video, go over all the new stuff in Horde, and talk a little bit about that single player trailer. What is going on, guys? Randall Thor 19, the man with the million, back again with another video. Hope everyone's having a great day, and if you don't mind, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, and while you're at it, hit that subscribe button if you want to, more content from me. I'd greatly appreciate it. Man, it was Gears 5 day yesterday. A lot of new information from Inside Xbox. Horde Mode was, you know what? I gotta say, I'm liking the new changes here. I'm liking how they're trying to push you further out instead of sitting in one spot and making you defend for the 50 waves. But before we get into Horde Mode, I want to talk about that single player trailer, because that's what everybody has been demanding. That's what everybody has been crying about, complaining about since E3 2019. Microsoft, where is the god darn single player? Why aren't you showing it? Are you deaf? Are you dumb? Are you blind? What is with your marketing? And I think they changed a little bit of their plan, because during a little segment with Jeff Keighley during Opening Night Live, Rod was like, hey, we had a plan, but people wanted to see the campaign, and we're going to show off this little trailer. And I gotta say, that trailer looked fantastic. A little mixture of kind of in-game cutscenes, especially when Kate goes to a facility to kind of, pinpoint what's exactly wrong with her inside, because she's been having these dreams. And this is a story about, not only about people trying to survive the monsters that have come out to destroy them, but also the internal struggle that Kate is going through because of her connection to, spoiler, if you haven't played Gears 4, she has a personal connection, a bloodline to the Locust Queen. So the enemy's blood that you're fighting runs through her veins, and it seems like that's going to drive her to basically end the threat. You get a little hint of a larger threat, this big, huge, berserker-like creature at the very beginning of the trailer. You're supposed to assume maybe that is like essentially the new boss, like a General Ram. And it has some cool Nine Inch Nails music busting in the background, Head Like a Hole, although I didn't really feel it fit the trailer very well, but I went with it as I do love me some Nine Inch Nails. And then later on in the trailer, it kind of has some quick cuts. Not a lot of actual gameplay. This wasn't a gameplay demo that a lot of people wanted to see. It was kind of just quick cuts, more footage from different areas of the game. There's obviously a part where JD is lying on his back. Things look like they're destroyed. Jack is off in the distance, tasering somebody. JD's like shooting on his back at the guy in front of him, and then one of those little creatures pounces on him, and Dell stabs him in the head. If you slow that down and look, he's got his hair. So that's clearly a flashback, probably maybe even the beginning of the game, because we know at some point JD loses his hair, his arm kind of gets screwed up. So we'll probably get a sense of what really happened to JD before the time skip. And, that really kind of standout moment to me was riding on the skiff. There was a shot of Kate and Dell riding that maneuverable skiff that they're calling it. One during like a desert air with lightning while she's getting shot. Another with the ice storm. I wonder if that's how you navigate the open world, or if there's an open world. And kind of interwoven among shots of a gigantic beast attacking the party. So we got like less than a month away. The single player looks absolutely insane. Can't wait to see what the Coalition has in store. And, I don't really need to see any more of the game, quite honest with you. Like, I never really needed to see much of it. I was getting the game day one regardless. But it's nice to see that kind of level of AAA production in an Xbox game. But the other bit of news, of course, is Horde Mode. I've always been a fan of Horde Mode. I really liked it back in Gears 2. I played quite a bit of it in Gears 4, and they're adding new things. And the big thing they're talking about for this Gears is ultimates. See, each character has their own unique ultimate ability, so when you kill enemies and collect energy, you charge up your ultimate ability. For instance, JD can call in an airstrike. Kate can cloak herself and kind of get in close combat style and chainsaw enemies and things like that. So each character has their own specific ultimate. My favorite seems to be the one from Falk. I'm not exactly 100% sure on the name. Is a new character to Gears, but he basically can see through walls. He has an X-ray vision, but not only can he see where the enemies are through the walls, he can actually shoot through the walls as well. That's definitely going to be an OP ability when you're hunkered down, defending from those boss waves. But it's not all about just hunkering down. You see, the ultimate abilities are great, but normally in a typical Horde match, you kind of find one spot of the map, you put down your base, and everybody defends for the next 2.5 hours, because 50 waves of Horde takes a lot of time. But of course, the Coalition's not really just fine with that. They want people to do different things, so they introduced this mechanic called power taps, which encourages players to move their bases for more power and rewards. So if you want to get the most power, if you want to get the most rewards, you're going to have to move your base and expand, which means you're going to have to be more aggressive. No more just sitting in the corner and like taking cover and trying to survive the 50 waves. No, every 10 waves after the boss fight, there's going to be a new spot, a new power tap that you're going to go over there and have to take so you can capture the enemies, so you can buy better weapons, put down some defensive turrets and razor wire, things like that. And there's also a brand new character, Jack, who obviously, if you've been paying attention to the Gears series, is this bot that kind of follows you around. But somebody can take control of that character, and he doesn't have to take cover. He basically can fly around the map. And they're supposed to be kind of, at least the way Rod talked about it, someone new to the Gears series, doesn't really know much what they're doing. But it definitely seems like the character is going to be integral to Horde, because he can fly around, he can heal teammates, he can dish out damage to the enemies, he can repair barricades, he can take over the swarm and then actually use the swarm to attack the swarm. It seems like a very cool character to use. And of course, they talk about player progression. Each character can, have their own levels of progression and leveling up and using their different cards for different types of abilities and loadouts. All that's unique to each type of character. And then speaking of characters, Halo. That's right. They're going to be Halo characters. If you pre-order the Ultimate Edition or have Ultimate Game Pass Ultimate, you'll be able to get the Halo Reach pack, which gives you Kate and Emil from Halo Reach. And each one of those characters have their own abilities. You'll be able to use them in Horde. You'll be able to use them in multiplayer. My God, this game just really has it all if you think about it. It's got a huge AAA co-op campaign with up to 3 people. You have a Horde mode with up to 5 people online. You have escape mode for 3 people, and you have the multiplayer suite. You have arcade mode for the newcomers, and then you have everything that the hardcore Gears faithful loves, like escalation, King of the Hill, etc., etc. Like Gears 5 has it all. And it's coming out really soon, September 6th for the early edition Ultimate. That's like $80, or you can subscribe to Game Pass for like $1 or $2 if you haven't before. Either way, this game is looking absolutely fire. I can't wait to get my copy, play through it, and put out a review, because I have a feeling this game's going to be great. I cannot wait to dig into every single aspect of the game. So can't wait for September 6th. But in the comments below, let me know how you are going to play this game. Are you going to get it early through Game Pass Ultimate? Are you going to buy the Ultimate Edition? Are you going to wait until September 10th buying the regular edition, or get it through regular Game Pass? Are you going to play it on Xbox One X or the regular Xbox One? Are you going to get it on Steam? Are you going to play it on the Windows 10 store, via Game Pass as well. I'm really curious where and how people are going to play Gears 5, so let me know in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, consider, subscribing to the channel for future content, share this out on social media, and please tell a friend about the channel. I think they would like it. I'd really appreciate that. And if you always want to be notified when I drop new videos, make sure you hit that notification bell. Thank you guys for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and I'll see everybody in the next video. Later, guys.